So for me, I believe the election is important because the president is the person as the commander in chief, and he is the lead of the executive branch, which is an important branch of government that helps to helps to interpret laws. So when the president is elected through our elections, it definitely changes the complexity of how our country is, how the things of our country are administered, and how laws are made. Because the president is the person that has first-hand communication with Congress and the Senate and the judicial and legislative branch. So it's really important that the elections are taken seriously, and that people go and vote. For people that don't vote, sometimes it could be like, there's neutrality because of the different political convictions, but no matter what, like, it's important to vote because each president has any president that's elected will have a say in what happens, for our future, for their 4 years of being in the office. So looking at the following results for the election, I believe that the person that's going to win is going to be Joe Biden because he has way more electoral college votes. He was up by 240, while Trump was at 179. And this was a huge gap. The electoral college votes, it has to be up to 270. And so with this system being used, it goes by electoral votes, and these are from the states. And as the book says, it adds the number of representatives the state sends to the U.S. House of Representatives to its numbers of senators. And so when they count up the votes, it's based off the state as a whole, so each state as a whole. And so some people, may not see to it that Biden's going to win because they may believe that, we need to wait for more results to come in and more states to come in. But it looks like that Biden's having the more popular vote. It's interesting to think about just how this is, panning out. I think that many people probably did not believe Biden will win, or many people do believe that Biden will win, but nevertheless, each state has kind of changed from like the way Democratic and Republican states were in 2016. Like pretty much all of the West was had electoral votes for Hillary Clinton, while all of the in Maine and all these other states on the other side of the country had Hillary Clinton. But then mainly like the majority of the United States was pro Trump. And it's differing now. It's differing. Biden is taking the lead. He's actually winning Florida, winning where else? I believe winning many other states that were not on his side, on Hillary's side. So this has definitely been an interesting election so far. Like, this is definitely monumental for the terms of the debates, how the debates went. Like, people are not necessarily like indecisive about it. They're more focused on getting, making a change, and that's why I think that Biden is going to be elected in. So the results of Joe Biden winning. This is, as I said in the past video, this has definitely been a monumental election. I've been politically neutral in this election, but it was shocking to me. I'm not gonna lie, because I just saw, like, the power that Trump's campaign had last time. I was like, he's gonna he's gonna wash away Biden's campaign with no issue, you know. But I think what made this campaign for Biden so powerful was that he had Kamala Harris, and you know, as vice president, and the pandemic as well, like the pandemic, that social issue that he was taking a little bit more seriously than Trump, really, I think helped his campaign, along with just racial ordeals. You know, the fight against racism, the fight against, you know, having to deal with rioting, and what else? Climate change. You know, Trump doesn't feel as compelled to deal with climate change as Biden does. So there's just so many things that Biden was, you know, proposes to work for, that I believe many people sought to vote for him for. You know, and I think that, you know, the main concern, I think, for a lot of Trump supporters is the economic aspect of many things, that the economic aspect of what goes on in this country. And I think kind of people are just kind of fed up with just focusing on that. I think that people wanted to vote for Biden, and Biden has won, because this has become a election about establishing social stability, social change. It feels, you know, it kind of feels like 2008 again. Even though I didn't vote, it just in terms of just the huge impact this election has had on just the culture, just the way we look at life, the way we perceive voting, but perceive elections, perceive the privilege, and how it, like, we can use our voice, especially during this pandemic. But to go back to just Biden winning, I think it's gonna be an interesting thing. I'm just gonna be watching, you know, and I really can't judge nor put any negative thoughts towards it. I think it's pretty great and interesting. You know, Trump, even if Trump won, that would have been probably a, you know, worse turnout than, or a worse reaction. So I think that's good that in Biden won, because there's gonna be some peace maintained, you know, in terms of just people like maintaining peace, being at peace, that Biden's, you know, is gonna be in office. So yeah, and you know, the electoral votes cannot lie. The states have talked. You know, the states have used their voice. The people have used their voice, and even though Trump wants to kind of like, you know, instigate and investigate and, you know, make lawsuits such as President Bush made, the proof is in the pudding, literally. So it's been an interesting election. It's the election is over now, and Biden has won, but you know, I think it's he deserved it. He won the voters favor. So that's all, you know, that could be to it. Trump can't, you know, change that.